Hello, Shopley fam. Great to be here with you this evening or today. I'm coming to you live from Australia and it's Tuesday for me. I know it is evening for you in the US. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you're tuning in from. Drop us a comment in the Q&A and let us know where that is. We have a very, very busy strategy session for you today. We are focusing on merchants. So we have a very special guest merchant joining us today, which we'll hear from a little later on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to talk through the new merchant developer bonus and then touch on some closing points. So we kicked off our merchant showcase last week. We've had some amazing feedback. So it's something we're going to consistently keep up on a weekly basis. So I'm just going to let our vendor in here so then I can introduce her to you. Now bear with me a moment. I have had the privilege of getting to work with Rococo Botanicals for the last few weeks. I've been involved in onboarding them, and they are an incredible company based out of Australia. Justine has built her business globally. She is the founder, but also the chief cosmetic chemist, and she has dedicated her life to transforming the way that they approach looking at acne and sensitive skin. So, her range is absolutely amazing. If you haven't checked it out, we'll show you a little later on where you can go to check that out. Now, I'm just going to make sure we've got her there. Justine, are you with us?
I am. Thank you, Rachel.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. Now, I know, Justine, you're going to take us through a presentation today. So are you able to share that?
Yes, I've got it up on my screen. I just don't know. How do I share it on here?
You should be able to just go down the bottom. I've promoted you to panelist, so there should be a share button down the bottom for you
Now it's working. Let me.
now. Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Well, I'll kick it over to Justine and she's going to take you through everything about Rococo Botanicals. If there is any questions that pop up, just ask them in the Q&A and then we'll be able to get them addressed for you as we step along. So Justine, over to you.
Thank you, Rachel. Good morning, everyone, or evening for those of you in the USA. So we'll just give you a little bit of a brief overview of Rococo. So
Justine, can I just jump in there?
yeah.
We're seeing your slide deck the opposite way. Can you just hit swap displays up the top? And then
Okay,
we
got
should
you.
see the full display. There we go. That's better.
That's
Thank you.
better. Thank you. Um, so a little bit about us. I started the brand because I couldn't find anything on the market for my skin, which was very sensitive and acne prone. So we are 100% Australian made and owned, and we are Australia's most innovative skincare brand. So we have been the only company, which I'll just go through in a minute, only company to win Global Cosmetic Innovation Awards. We were the first one in 23 years to actually do so. So we started out as a retail brand, and then what ended up happening is professionals ended up adopting us because our products outperformed what they were using in their clinic. So this is a great thing for consumers because it means you can have professional results at home without actually going to a salon. So a little bit about me. I didn't start out as a chemist. I started out as a beauty therapist or an esthetician, as they're called in the USA. I then went on to do nursing, and I finally decided to get my piece of paper to become a cosmetic chemist. We have been Australia's fastest growing beauty brand for a while, having made Financial Times high growth lists as well. And again, we've been the only winner. I've got to update this for this. So we've won 3 years consecutively for Global Cosmetic Innovation Awards. So our products are very, very different and out of the box. So besides innovation, we do have a very high focus on a lot of actives in our products. So that's what makes us quite different. So we are botanical. And there is a common misconception that botanical products can't perform as well as what a synthetic does. And that's just simply not true. It really is about the formulation and product development as well. So we don't just focus on percentages, we also focus on the delivery of the actives into the actual skin. So what makes us different is we actually look at skin from a 360-degree angle. And that's what makes us very different. So when most people put together a product as in a chemist, they don't generally have a huge understanding of skin structure and pathophysiology. So when we put it together, we make our products to fix a problem rather than to a price point, which is quite different to how everyone else on the market develops their products. Normally what they do is they'll say, I want to sell a moisturizer for $30, and then they start cutting back actives in order to make it fit a price bracket, which is what we don't do. Because from my perception, if I've got a problem with my skin or my scalp or my hair, I want it fixed. I don't want to have the same problem at the end of it and it just be a little bit better. So we approach it from the perspective of fixing the skin. Now, most of this is actually quite scientific, which won't mean a lot to a lot of you. And I think the best way to show you what we do is through a photo. So before and after photos are always the best to show results. So this is with our Calm Protect Revive moisturizer. It's used for both eczema and psoriasis. And it is phenomenal for healing the skin. So we've had customers who have suffered for years with conditions and have only had them clear since they've been on Rococo. And this is the exact reason that professionals ended up adopting us, is because we're very much results driven. Again, this is psoriasis within a 3-month period. She was about to go on methotrexate and then she found us, and we're usually people's last resorts. What makes us very different with our formulations is we don't just cater for the mass market, we cater for the entire bell curve, which means if you've got an unusual skin condition or something that's a little bit odd, that perhaps you've never found anything that works for it, we actually will guarantee you we probably have something for it that can fix it. Because we've had customers reach out from all over the world to actually help them with their skin. So that's how I ended up getting the name the Fairy Godmother of Skin, because I have a unique ability to fix really complex skin conditions. So this is actually dyshydrotic eczema. Our products can also be used on bubs as well, which is a great relief for mums. You don't have to worry about it. There's no fragrance in this product at all. Again, eczema. And this is also psoriasis as well. So this is our hydrating treatment essence. So we have about 95 SKUs. We're not a small brand. We've got quite a variety of products that gives you a lot of scope for retailing as well. So our big product that we won an award for 2 years ago was our Frangipani and Lychee body cream. And again, a picture says 1,000 words. So this one runner-up in cosmetic innovation, our client here had actually had a gastric band sleeve, and the photo above is what her skin looked like after that. So that is not cellulite or anything, it's skin. And so she used the product for, this was her results after a month with the firming on it. And again, another client who had lost 40 kilos of weight and had loose skin left. So this is actually going on sale. I will just let you know our Black Friday sale is starting on Monday in the USA. So it's a great time for you to be promoting this because you're not going to get a better deal for customers. But it lifts and firms the skin. It does stimulate collagen, and it also helps with stretch marks and also cellulite as well. And again, the biggest thing I want to point out here is the confidence, and you can tell the confidence of this lady just by the way she's holding herself, even with her hands. And this was after 2 months use of the product. So this is our Frangipani and Lychee cream. It's been dubbed the tummy tuck in a jar because it is quite firming for the skin. And this is the results again for cellulite and firming. So it works quite well. So, and that's only 9 days. And nobody has changed anything with this. Again, this is lifting of the buttocks. No difference in what they're doing at the gym or diet. It's purely just product application. And again, stretch marks. Now, these are extremely old stretch marks. So these are not fresh. And I point that out because many ladies have got very old stretch marks. It's easy to repair something that's fresh and new. It's a lot harder to do something with scars or stretch marks that are quite old. So that's our Frangipani and Lychee. We don't have a lot of body products, but what we do focus on is specifically skin conditions. So again, rosacea. A lot of ways that rosacea is approached doesn't always completely fix it. So what we do is we focus on reducing the skin's reactivity, I suppose, is what I would say for it. So antimicrobial peptides are what actually trigger the skin to vasodilate. And so we're targeting those as well. Now, this is the results with a clinic who has actually treated a client, but you will get similar results at home. It will just take a slightly bit longer if you're not having treatments. And again, with the papules, all of the redness starts to dissipate, the skin starts to settle down, and it starts to calm. And again, the difference within one treatment at a clinic. And this is actually just treatments and home care as well. So I don't know how many of you have had experience with rosacea, but it's quite a troubling condition where many of them, again, have struggled for a long time trying to find something that actually works with it. And this is our probiotic serum, the difference within a few days. So this is just not treatments as well. So we cater for all types of skin conditions, including acne. I won't go through these in too much because it won't mean much sense to you. But this is over a 6-month period with quite severe acne. So we cater from everything from mild teenage acne to severe skin conditions and everything in between. So if someone doesn't have a skin condition, they're still going to love Rococo because nobody wants to age, and we'll go through that shortly as well. So this is hormonal breakouts again with Cleared. We do also have a checker on our website for customers who can check products that they're using to see whether they're clogging their pores at all. So we launched that about a month ago, and that has been incredible for helping the customers, and it's absolutely had a surge in activity on our website since we've launched this. This is our top selling moisturizer for oily acne prone skins, but it's not just for acne prone skins. So as we age, we tend to get a lot of enlarged pores. And what this does is it actually shrinks the pores that are visible there. Pores are a combination of oil flow, but they're also a combination of elasticity of your skin as well. And as we're aging, that tends to lose its elasticity and our pores tend to gape. So this is just within 6 days of use. You can also tell the skin doesn't look as asphyxiated. It's a lot more oxygenated than what it normally would be. And you'll notice here, there's a difference here in the nasolabial folds and also here. So we've got a marine-based retinate. It's a retinol, which is the very strong form of vitamin A, but it doesn't cause irritation. And so that's really important. If you've got someone who's got a sensitive skin, often when they use things such as vitamin A or retinol, they often can have reactions. So we've designed our products to give you the best results possible without any irritation or side effects as a consequence of using them. Again, you can see up here with the pores, the reduction in the pores. You tend to see this quite quickly. So if anyone has enlarged pores, Asian skins in particular don't like them. And I know for them that poreless look is really, really important. So aging, we don't actually use a lot of acids or chemical peels or anything like that to rejuvenate the skin because we don't believe it's very holistic. And generally, it's not excess skin cells, which is what peels are doing, that are the cause of aging. It's more that the skin is lacking microcirculation and it's not getting oxygen to where it needs to go. So this is our Blueberry Age Cream, and it's also been combined with our Cellular Defense Serum, which is a vitamin C serum that contains 5 types of vitamin C to protect against the elements. So what it's doing is it's actually rejuvenating the skin on the chest and the face. Those little red marks there are actually almost like broken capillaries on her chest. So that cleared up very, very, very quickly with those. Blueberry Age Cream would be our #1 selling anti-aging moisturizer. The reason why is because it auto adapts to the climate. So whether it's hot or whether it's cold, it's like it almost just balances the skin to give that perfect amount of hydration as well as comfort level to the skin. And again, this is our peptide finisher. This is another one that's very, very popular. You can see on the neck area here, you can see it's firmed up, but it's also reduced also these little red marks that are down here on the chest area as well. And again, our Blueberry Age Cream. So if any of you have got older parents or grandparents who tend to have like these red marks on their skin, it tends to be from a lack of collagen production in the skin. So this works really well, and this is why I love this moisturizer so much. It works well for a 25-year-old as well as an 80-year-old. So it's something that can do the majority of skin types. And again, our Jasmine Eye Cream, this is 99.8% natural. Now, it does contain a jasmine extract, but it's not jasmine essential oil. So we don't have, in general, allergens in our products. We tend to avoid them for the reason of allergies. And what you'll see here is you will see a lifting. Oops, I'll go back there. You'll see a lifting of the eye area here, like you'll see a lifting up of the lid. So it lifts the lid, it does underneath the eye area, it does dark circles, it does puffiness. There's really not another eye cream that you would ever need. We developed this because genetically I was going to be prone to having lids that were absolutely going to sag, and I didn't actually want that. So we developed that knowing that that's what was ahead of me. When we look at our parents, we can tend to see how we're going to age. And again, our peptide finisher. And these results are legit and they're within 48 hours. When we first started with our company, a lot of people thought that our photos were photoshopped. And it was only when they started using our product that they realized, oh my goodness, these results are real. And this is why we've won Cosmetic Innovation Awards. So I'm not into slow beauty. A lot of botanical brands will preach slow beauty. And to me, slow beauty just means inefficient formulations. And that's from my perspective as a chemist. Because if you give the skin everything it needs, it will repair itself. That's what it's designed to do. Our body is designed to repair itself. And if you give it the right nutrients and the right ingredients, it will actually do this. So this has a vitamin C, and it's also paired with some nano gold, and the vitamin C has 100% absorption, which is unusual because most vitamin Cs don't. In fact, very little of it gets in there, which is why they have 20% vitamin C. So they crank up the percentage in the hope that some of it will get in. And unfortunately for those people like me, 20% vitamin C can be quite irritating, whereas this is less than 0.5% and it gets better results. than a 20% vitamin C serum, and it's non-irritating as well. So we also have something for people who have pigmentation. So the before is this one, and this is after. This is one of our enzymes that we have. So we have dealt with African-American skin, Indian skin, all different skin types, and our products are safe for everyone across the whole spectrum. So there's no risk for anyone having hyperpigmentation at all. Again, one of our treatments that we've got, but we've got an amazing product, Skin Brightening C Serum, which has phenomenal results for brightening the skin, along with a pearl brightening mask. And this includes things such as age spots as well. And again, just the reduction in pigmentation. Just about every single moisturizer we have in Rococo will treat pigment to some degree. So we don't have a specific cream for pigmentation. We have a serum and we have a mask for it, which will help massively. And again, this is like melasma as well up on the forehead. So that's my presentation, Rachel. I'll just stop sharing so that I can answer any questions. And I've just realized I don't have my video on. That's a bit remiss of me, isn't it?
Oh, I thought, oh, no problem at all. What I'm going to do is while we have a look at these questions just seen is I'm just going to share my screen so I can show everyone where to find you. So if you go to shoply.com, you will see Rococo, and this is how Rococo looks. So if you visit their store, you can go in here and you can find all of the products. You can filter and sort by what products that you're looking for. You know, one of the things I love about your products, Justine, is that there is a product line for a lot of the particular issues out there. I think when treating these issues like acne and rosacea, etc., it's not a one cream fixes all, and what works for you does not necessarily work for me because it's very different skin types, and that's what I absolutely love about your products. I put a lot of time and research into looking into your products. I absolutely love them, but seeing those before and after pictures,
Yeah.
for me, even understanding how powerful the ingredients are in those products, they are incredible.
Yeah, it's I think that's the thing. Like, we started this business to help people. We didn't start it to make money, even though that's a consequence of it. You know, like, because it's so frustrating when you can't find something to fix your skin. So we have a really high brand loyalty, which is really important for your merchants, Rachel, because we have a 89% repeat sale rate. That's
Wow.
really, really high.
That is,
Like, we ship to, at the moment, we have a warehouse in Pennsylvania. So we ship in America, we ship in Canada, and we ship in Australia. We don't have anyone in New Zealand. We do have a distributor, but I haven't asked her to come on board. And we will be in India by probably late January. So we're setting up in India at the moment as well. We're not in the UK yet, but we could ship there, Rebecca, potentially. We would just probably need to have a higher order value for international shipping. But we are working on the UK. We're currently getting our trademark done in the UK. So the UK, I dare say, will be very at some point next year in 26. And if there's somewhere over there, Rachel, that we can store our product, we certainly will look at it, if we can get it in there that way. But yeah, very much results driven, you know, and you know, like, for me, it's about fixing a problem and actually helping people. So many people have bought products and they haven't worked, and it's just so frustrating for people. So to have something that will actually work for them, deliver a result, it's amazing. Our Black Friday starts, it's currently in Australia on at the moment. It is starting on Monday next week in the US.
yes.
It is up to 50% off certain products. So I can tell you the Frangipani and Lychee body cream, which I showed you, that is half price. So
Wonderful.
it's a really good deal for people to actually get a hold of. So yeah, so it's some really good bargains and offers for people, especially if they're buying, Rachel. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, for those guys in Australia at the moment, it's live. Monday, it will be live for the US. So it is an incredible product line there. And I'm just going to go through the questions, Justine.
Yeah.
Everyone's just saying amazing products. They love it. Mike, yes, this will be recorded. And what we'll do is we'll put this up on our Shopley Hub and on our YouTube. What we will also do is then capture down the presentation of just Justine and have that just as a merchant snapshot, essentially. So that will all go up on our Shopley Hub. And we've talked about where you ship to.
There's no hidden fees, Marilyn. So when they check out on the website, if there's any duties or taxes, they'll just be added on at checkout. So the Shopify does that automatically, but we've got a warehouse in Vancouver, Canada as well. So they don't have to, like, it doesn't have to get into the country or anything like that. It's already there.
Yeah, and I think as we build out these merchant, just for you there, Mary, as we build out these merchant showcases, when we trim them down to just none of the front and back, we'll be linking those on the stores as well. And then what will open up is another part on the stores that we'll be bringing across from Shopify, where we can upload those before and afters and any other kind of videos. So you know, I think that's kind of all the questions we've got today, Justine. If there is any questions or anything along those lines, just reach out to us here at Shopley. We'll connect you through to Justine. Go to merchant.shopley.merchant Shopley Merch. Oh, I'll find that for you at the moment. I should know that address. I only use it every day, but merchants at shopley.com, merchant support at shopley.com. Sorry, there it is. It's just popped up. Merchant support at shopley.com. If you send any requests through to that, we can connect you to Justine if you've got any particular things you want to talk to her about or anything along those lines. But as we said, it's Black Friday sales are coming to Shopley. Justine's kicking it off first with her sale in Australia, already underway and kicking off in the US on Monday. So stay tuned for that, guys. Justine, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us.
Thank
Thank
you, Rachel.
you so much, and we'll look forward to having you on again soon.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you so very, very much. Now, what I wanted to quickly do. Oh, I have Craig popping in here. So before we wrap up and finish off, we might just bring Craig on for a quick chat too. Before we finish, I want to go through the merchant developer bonus, and then I just wanted to, you know, have a bit of a discussion about carrying on from our last couple of weeks of presentations, talking about the affiliates, and then talking about building your brand with authenticity. We're just going to loop all that together and close it off. But Craig, that I don't know how much you saw of that because I know you're on another call, but that was an incredible presentation, amazing product SKUs. Like I think she also mentioned the high return rate she has of customers, which for all of our Shopley affiliates and influencers and influencer pros out there, I think that is going to be an incredible opportunity. Now, Justine was actually one of your merchants, Craig, and I know that you've brought on now probably close to 15, I think, merchants across the board. So share with us, because we've been getting a lot of questions in about tactics on how to get merchants on board and, you know, what scripts we should be using, what we should be doing, is their approach. And, you know, a lot of people are out there using lead.app that gives them Shopify stores, and there's all different ways to be able to bring those stores on, and they're focusing on those. So tell us a little bit about your strategy and what you found has worked best when, you know, firstly talking to these stores, but your conversion rate has been quite high based off your discussions too. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, thanks, Rach. And I'm actually a store myself, and I am actually going to do a bit of a live presentation in the coming weeks for a strategy session. One of the tools that I have in my store is a tool called Dream List Finder, and that connects you to your perfect prospects. So we'll dive a little bit deeper into that down the track. But for example, if I'm looking for affiliates, I can go to Dream List Finder, use the credits. So you pay for credits to use on the platform. And for example, when I was launching, I thought, hey, a really good group that would be interested in being affiliates on Shoply would be fitness trainers. So I just used the tool to it scours the internet, and I went fitness trainer Florida or Miami or whatever, and it just pulls everyone out. And then I do direct outreach to them because it gives you whatever details they put on the internet. So if it's got their personal email address, you'll get that, phone number, you'll get that. Address to do outreach from multiple different angles. So that's a tool that's actually in my line in the sand marketing store. And there's 5 different search functions there. So I can search for influencers, I can search for brands, I can search for people on LinkedIn. So that's a pretty cool tool that I'm actually using as a part of my influencer pro approach. So I'm saying, hey, come on board. It's an $800 commitment. $300 when you come on board goes to a product purchase on the platform. So if you come on board, you can actually kickstart your business with the best part of 500 to 700 contacts to outreach while you're launching your business. So under $1,000, you're in business with a phenomenal platform, endless opportunities, and people to speak to. So it's a bit of a what I'm calling the best e-commerce business in a box in the world, really. What business can you start when you're in 175 markets, piggybacking off the back of Shopify, and you've got people to speak to? So that's sort of a training coming up that I will do, but that Dreamless Find is actually available to use now. In regards to the stores, one of the main strategies that I've been going to people with at the moment is actually the old school network marketing strategy of referrals. So I've literally gone through my entire list and giving a bit of a soft pitch. Hey, Rach, we worked together in these 2 companies in the past, launching Shoply at the moment, looking for e-com stores that are built on Shopify. And I'm picking up, 1, 2, 3 sort of referrals here and there. And for some people that are busy, sophisticated entrepreneurs that are very well networked, those people there, I said, look, if you can help me find 3 or 4 brands, I'll do all the follow up, and I'll show you how the platform works when you get some time. But if 3 or 4 brands come on board, you might want to look at being a merchant licensed developer as well, and we can align those up to your account. And my goal is to get 1,000 brands in the next 3 to 5 years. And if I can get 1,000 brands on, that's 40,000 US dollars a month. So, you can do the math, but if you can introduce me to 2 or 3 brands to start with, that would be fantastic. And if I'll do all the follow up if they come on board. And then after their 90-day trial, you're starting to get brands just off recommendations. You can make a decision then. These are busy, highly successful entrepreneurs doing phenomenal things in business at the moment. So a couple of those people, one of those people won the TV show The Apprentice in Australia. So we're just doing a referral model with him. One of them's one of us, the states of Australia's #1 real estate agents. Very, very busy guy, very well connected. So I'm going to those people and asking for referrals. Ironically, I've gone back to all the influencer pros that joined Shoply 1.0 And a lot of those people are really interested in now. They're originally interested in Shoply for the whole idea of bringing brands to the platform. So I'm representing um, the merchant development license, the concept, the pay plan associated with that. And I've got probably 4 or 5 original Shoply people that love the idea of the $40, and they're making some introductions. I'm doing the follow-up at the moment, so I'm keeping myself very busy with follow-ups and so on, but just want to show them how easy the Shopify thing, build back a bit of trust effectively. It's their business. They should be out there building it themselves, but I'm saying, hey, introduce them to me. I'll get the kick the ball down the hill to start with. If you start getting a few on board and you can see how easy it works, you can pick it up from there. So I probably got 4 or 5 that they don't want to build the MLM component. We lost a bit of trust with them for the way we launched Shoply 1.0 and the tech that we rolled out, and we went 8 weeks without any brands on. So but yeah, I've got 4 or 5 people back in the game there. But yeah, I am set to do a training. There is a couple of little things that every brand that I bring on, because in the end, you want people to become sticky. So I always just create a little bit of content for a brand when they come on as a welcome. So I'm showing value. And all influencers, if you look at what influencers do, they put in their bio link their recommended products to their Amazon store or whatever. So I've set up like a Linktree style model. Every brand I bring to the platform, or everyone that I've bought myself and promote, I have a Craig's recommended product range. So I was literally, the reason I'm late to here now, I was on a brand call just then with a phenomenal shoe designer shoe style activewear style company, and he's going, so how do I get value? And by showing him the fact that we're posting content that he's not paying for, and in the bio link, he's going, wow, that's actually really good value because you're doing that and not me. So that's just a few things that I've been working on. Oh, just one last thing. I'm also testing out a model that could be highly, highly, highly scalable all over the world. And I'm running a live event. It's a ticketed event. It's a low-cost entry event. But I've got 10 of the brands that I've brought to the platform. Rococo is one of them. They're donating around $100 product that are going as door prizes for people that attend the event, just putting on some small cocktail food, stand up, mingle. I'm doing a Shoply presentation there, about a 5 to 10 minute presentation demonstrating how the platform works. I'm giving each brand, this is Rococo, this is their range, this is the store, here's the QR code link to the store, and I'm aiming to get between 100 to 150 people at that event. So that's coming up in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to see how that works. I'm not pitching for the network marketers or anything. I will throw out there, if you are connected to ecom brands, let's book a time to chat outside of this. So I'm making it a very informal, casual showcase of Shoply, a new shopping place, cashback rewards. If you want to affiliate, this is how you do it. It's $10 a month, and keeping it real low soft sell. And that would be technically to what Nick always refers to as the soccer mums of the world. So at the moment, I'm filling that event. My tickets went live 2 days ago, so I think I'm up to about 24 purchases at the moment. Goal is to get between 100 and 150 people by the 25th of the month. See how we go. And that's something that I think is a real opportunity. Collaborate with brands that you bring on. Again, more value you're bringing to the brand. Find a venue that you can, say, hey, I'm going to bring 100 to 150 people here. They're going to be buying drinks and so on and so on. I'm putting on some, small finger food style setup, and we'll see how we go. But that's just a few ideas. I'll come and dive in and do a bit more deeper training in a couple of weeks, in particular with Dreamlist Finder as well. If you're one of the biggest problems in the network marketing space is running out of people to speak to. So the reason I pulled that tool together was all around connecting people to their perfect prospects in their niches. It's a tool that you could sell. So if you've got an accounting client and they're trying to connect with all the local businesses in their local area, it could be a phenomenal option for you to sell that product as well and make commissions for selling Dreamlist Finder. So that's it for me, Rach. I'll hand it back.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Craig. And thanks for sharing. You know, I love that here we're all one big team, happy to share what's working for us. So if there is any of you out there that you know, have anything that you see is really working, please reach out to merchantsupport@shoply.com. We'd love to have you on the call. We are also working through all of our merchants and making sure that we have them on every week. So if you guys do have a particular merchant you've onboarded that you think needs to happen sooner rather than later, also reach out to merchantsupport@shoply.com. And look, for any of those questions along the way, merchantsupport@shoply.com is the email address for you to go to. We now have Kristen, who is our merchant onboarding experience manager. She is incredible. She is working out the whole onboarding experience. We are working on projects where we will have videos that pop up during that whole onboarding process. So there is no way that anything can go wrong, and you know, it'll show them step by step what to do. We should have that ready to go very soon. So there is a lot being worked on in the background, but as Craig said, we are he's seeing an awful lot of interest coming off the back of the merchant developer bonus. So to finish off today, I just wanted to touch on this because this is one that we get there is an awful lot of interest in and we get a lot of questions on. And then I want to kind of loop all of that in to close it off. Now, for those of you who are messaging going, oh, what happened to Nick? Nick got stuck on a plane with some delays. So, you know, we kind of thought it'd be better off if you're stuck with me again rather than Nick trying to come live whilst he's in the air. So we'll have him back with us next week for next week's vendor, for next week's merchant showcase. Sorry. So just jumping to the merchant developer, I know we've touched on this before, but we still get a lot of questions, and I know a lot of people are really interested in this B2B type model. So the merchant developer license is $349 one-time enrollment, and it's that $25 monthly subscription. So the ways to what the merchant developer is all about, it's all about bringing those new merchants to Shoply. So Craig touched on his Dreamlist Finder. And you've been on these calls and you've heard us talk about the stats, 5 million Shopify stores globally, over in 175 different countries. So there is an awful lot of stores that you can connect with and integrate them onto the Shoply platform, you know, within 5 to 10 minutes. So it's a really, really powerful business model. And what we've been able to do and what's made this merchant developer bonus so attractive is the merchant subscription bonus is you now earn that $40 per active merchant every month. So if we have a look at, you know, I know Craig touched on earlier that he's got specific goals around that. So if we just isolate that merchant subscription bonus, let's say you just go, okay, I'm going to bring on 10 merchants this month. You will get paid the $40 subscription, $40 of their subscription amount per merchant. So 10 merchants, that's $400 a month. But if you're like Craig and you have some more aggressive goals, and I know I've spoken to some of you out there that are going, okay, I have 100 merchant goal by first quarter of next year. You know, you refer 100 merchants, get that $40 bonus, that's $4,000 a month for those 100 merchants. And that then, if we look at the store development bonus, let's say we're working on that 100 merchant example, you've got the $4,000 from your subscription bonus, but looking at the store development bonus, you're getting 3% of their CV. And let's say combined there, it's 100K, you're earning $3,000 off those 100 merchants. So this is just, you know, hypothetical examples of some of the people I've been speaking to over the last couple of weeks, but you know, that is an incredible addition to the already existing income streams that you can earn from Shoply. So that's just a great little recap on that merchant developer bonus. But one of the other things I wanted to touch on before we close off today is it's coming off the back of the last couple of weeks presentations we've had. So we had Karen on, who spoke about affiliates, an incredible presentation. Last week, I took you through, you know, how to build your brand with authenticity and the power of making sure you're authentic in building your audience. And coming off the back of that, I've had an awful lot of people coming to me saying, you know, Rachel, can you please do a snapshot for me, because I'm just not ready to do a snapshot yet. I don't sound as professional as you, or you know, I don't know as much information as you. So I wanted to talk about the dirty P word, and that is perfection. So the biggest message I want to send to close off today is, do not wait to be perfect. I know that each and every one of us have sat here, you know, during our time and we've gone, okay, you know, I'll get started next week because I haven't got my script right, or you know, I need a bit more practice on my talking points. It's you know, that procrastination is a real common trap that we all stumble on, but the key is to get out there and take that messy action, because you do not learn from perfection. It's a proven fact that those who move forward, learn on the go, and adapt as they go along will see more success. And you'll see that there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there at the moment, and a lot of top futurists, etc. They're recommending that, you know, university is not necessarily going to be the place for, you know, children in several years to come. And that's because you learn best when you're taking those imperfect steps and you're building real experience and real results. Now, if I think back to the training we done last week about building your brand authentically, what we really highlighted on was that the most relatable and trustworthy brands aren't perfect, but they've just got out there and they've started and they've learnt along the way. Just this morning when I was going through my personal emails, I got a couple of emails from New Balance. They've kicked off their Black Friday sale. And I then got another email straight after going, oops, we've sent you the wrong pricing. And for me, it wasn't a sit back and go, oh God, how unprofessional. For me, it was like a little giggle and you know, someone's pressed send too quickly. And it's all about being human. There was a report published in, I think it was the end of last year now, by a company called Elderman Trust, and they found that 60% of millennials are more likely to buy from a creator if they seem real, even if there is something wrong with the content and it's not perfect. And for those of you who have gone through some of the Shoply University, there's a presentation by Brian Breach, and he always says, if you are in the middle of creating content and something goes wrong, embrace that. Don't re-record it. Don't aim for absolute perfection, because that is not real life. And that is coming from, you know, one of the best content creators that, you know, works with companies to go viral out there. So, you know, I guess just to wrap all of this up, you know, remember, there is never going to be a perfect time. There is never going to be a perfect day. There's never going to be a perfect month or a perfect year, because growth does not happen when everything is easy or uncomfortable. We don't sit here at our desk every day and go, oh, what an easy day. Growth happens when you push yourself, when you step out of your comfort zone. even if it feels a little messy and scares the pants off you, because that is where the magic is going to happen, and that is where the real growth actually happens. So what I want you to all do today is, sit back and have a think about what have I been waiting on? What have I been waiting not to do? Have I not reached out to that particular vendor because I wasn't sure on whether they would like me, or I wasn't sure on whether they would trust Shopley? Reach out to them. If your script isn't perfect, it doesn't matter. You have taken a huge step out of your comfort zone, and you will see huge growth in that. So get out there and do one thing this week that takes you out of your comfort zone, and then next week you can report it to me in the Q&A. So that is it for today, guys. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. It was a bit more of a long one today than I anticipated, but it was an incredible presentation from Jacine. Just to retouch on that, the Black Friday sale is already kicked off in Australia, coming Monday for the US. And George from Success Coffee last week, his promo is still going, where if you buy one, you get one free. So make sure you are jumping on that. And that is to the end of the month. So there are some incredible sales going on out there for all the affiliates and influencers. So that's a great way for you guys to be able to start your discussion. Okay, pleasure to be here with you guys. Over and out, and we'll talk to you next week.